I feel kicked in the dick by Brendan McManus because my fantasy team was totally anus.
Guaranteed to win 75% of the time.
Skull Panther. 75% of the time, works 100% of the time.
Yeah, I'm busier than a one-legged cat in a sandbox.
We got to talk about it, mate. There's an elephant in the room.
I've been called worse than an elephant.
Elephant? What did you call Tay? Jesus.
I don't know. it's the way my brain works.
I expect the week after to be just absolute arse.
Look, mate, I had a permanent frown from AJ Brown. He can kiss in and around my ass, that piece of shit.
Are you taking a dump, or are we making
I saw a bullet flying towards you and I swan dived in front of that fucking bullet for you, so I hope you're thankful.
That's a double stack, Matty. That's a double stack I've got now.
Nick, how do you feel about your team?
Yeah, not great. You know, sometimes it may be good, sometimes this is definitely a shit.
Nico Collins and the Eagles. This sounds like a shit band.
Oh, man. I'd say if I had an idea, I'd die of loneliness.
There you go. That's my mantra. Fuck tight end, and let's go.
I went into last week thinking my team was all right, and it laid an absolute egg.
There's a tree stump in my neighborhood with a higher IQ than me right now.
It sounds like maybe this was not the plan.
I'm off like a herd of turtles. Let's go.
Get the fuck out of here.
Southern skies we roar again. Gridiron warriors feel the strain. From deserts wide to coastal plains, battlegrounds where legends reign. Aussie gridiron pride unchained. Hear the thunder, feel the flame. Touchdowns and tackles, ain't no shame in the Aussie gridiron game.
For the Aussie Gridiron Network, this is not the Aussie NFL Fantasy Show. It's the AGN Playoff Series. But you have joined us for a fantasy show, so don't panic. They call me Matty C, and joining me for this super sparkly Saturday edition is, as Ian said yesterday, 6 of the best. And aside from me, I'm going to introduce you to the others, but I'm going to do it all one by one. Quickly, everyone, make sure you say something interesting when I call your name. Make sure we all know you're here. I'm going to kick off with, it's only Australia's finest fantasy analyst, Taylor Goodall.
I feel kicked in the dick by Brendan McManus because my fantasy team was totally anus.
I feel like that may have been off the cuff too. I don't think you researched that one. I think you just read poetry. It's a Pastry Press NFL, our favourite Australian gridiron voice. It's Manchot Melly.
Yes, indeed. And look, boys, I haven't been on the show much this year. That means I've missed one thing. I need to give a shout out there to my mom. You know, the reason why I named my entire blog after her, the pastries. Shout out to her for chickpea curry tonight.
Oh, how about that?
Mama
I
John.
wasn't expecting that. It's Australia's offensive lineman. It's Nick Cosme.
Yes, how are we, boys? Hopefully I'm not a cellar dweller this week, but looking to go further back up the board.
Yeah, mate. No, you're off to a great start. It'll be all right. G'day, Gridiron's host. It's Ian Tomlinson.
Guaranteed to win 75% of the time.
Skull Panther. 75% of the time, works 100% of the time. And it's Coach Deluxe, Brad Cummins. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm busier than a one-legged cat in a sandbox, so I am good.
they just
How do you have so many? How do you have so many?
I don't know. it's the way my brain works.
Well, you've joined for the show of the week. Okay, we did a bunch of analysis on the NFL, all the outcomes. We talked about what we thought was going to happen in the games. We all made our predictions and scores, and we even got out some bloody best bets. So if you missed Friday's show, you're doing life wrong. Go and find it. In the meantime, we got into the very serious business last week of picking. It was only a SUPERFLEX fantasy lineup each. 5 rounds: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and then a flex that could be any position you wanted. And a comfortable majority of people thought that would be a fun thing to do, to go and pick something that wasn't a quarterback. It was quite an interesting thing, and I think you can only get that when you get experts together in a room like this. Ian, mate.
Yes.
What's going on here? You cracked a ton, and you took away the cookies. 6 points.
I don't know. I think we're just winding back the clock to when I started hosting a fantasy show. So I can see what's going to happen here is I'm going to have a really good week, and then I'll have a rough week, and then it'll be a really bad week.
Jeez. Okay,
Wow.
well, no doom or gloom there. Right, okay.
So I expect this week to be somewhere around average, and then I expect the week after to be just absolute arse. I might, I don't know, pick a 3 again.
Are you a 49ers fan with that kind of motivation there?
It's not motivation. I'm a 49ers fan with that reality, Brad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
This is what happens when a Vikings fan loses. We just go into I don't know, death doldrums.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Well, I mean, Lad McConkey goes and throws you up 35. Lamar gives you 23, and you wind up, mate. That's most of the way to 100. You get there with Dallas Goddard, Shakir, and Irving doing their bit.
Yeah, Dallas Goddard. Didn't some people say that Dallas Goddard wasn't even on their lists and he wouldn't do anything?
I don't know.
Where was he on? Where was it? Tight end number what on the week?
Calcaterra, who?
I mean, I think the only tight end that scored more was Hawk, right?
It is the only tight end that scored more was Hawk. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
both had amazing touchdowns, by the way. So
yeah, that's true. If only anybody else on the Vikings had done anything, that would have been fantastic.
yeah, it would have been amazing. I wouldn't be in this. Yeah, we wouldn't be singing. Nick wouldn't be singing to me with such a lovely voice.
Brad can sing with a lovely voice. He scoops up 91 points, comes in second place, benefiting from Hawk, but also from quarterback number 1 on the week, Josh Allen, which, man, when you say that, you expect a ton of points. He gets 25. But mate,
Let me explain to you why I picked Josh Allen with the first pick.
Yeah, we never got that explanation.
In a Superflex.
Sorry.
In a Superflex, too bold, mate, bold. Joe Mixon goes and throws you up almost 17. It was Herbert who really made you duck.
Oh,
Laid an egg.
Yeah, he laid an egg and it wasn't golden.
No, not at all. It gets 9.8 from Herbert, who is the low watermark in this team. That any other time you'd think, gee, going into the game with you had Herbert there, you might be expecting a bunch more points. But anyhow, 91.66. No troubles, mate. Good enough for second place. You get 5 points. Manjot, myth, legend, and 84 points. Have a go at it. Doesn't even get anything out of Darnold, but gets 30 out of Henry, 22 out of McLaurin, and then bits from Nakua and Kraft as well. Mate, 83.9. No dramas. 4 points.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy, big score there. And if we have to go tiebreaker by aggregate, it's a good start there as well. And especially because now we haven't mentioned 2 certain people that I have beat. And Nick, of course.
That's true. That's true. So you're on the podium, and that's 1, 2, 3. Matty C rolls in and gets the plastic medal 4th with 74 points. Just didn't quite get as much out of Daniels and Mayfield as I was hoping for. And Mark Andrews kind of only goes and throws up 5 points. But happy with Sutton, happy with Kyron Williams. Middle of the pack, not too upset. Hey, Nick, you got off to a blinding start because you had Nico Collins and then James Cook going throw up a bunch of points. Barkley probably didn't do everything you wanted, scores you 14. And then Love and Ertz make it hurts, but you still go and throw up 68. Good enough for 5th. That's 2 points.
Yeah, I'd like to have that quarterback pick again, but it's all going balls against the wall with the extra running back. But I have to change that this week.
Yeah, man. Well, and then, it's not all doom and gloom because Kev goes and picks a team from the scraps, the guys who are undrafted. And while he got 30 points combined from Stafford and Nix, he only goes and gets about 10 points from the rest. We don't score him because it's unofficial, but it's always fun to have a scraps team. And, mate, that is all the analysts this week, right? We haven't missed anyone?
Yeah,
anyone?
That's good to me.
Sorry. We've got to talk about it, mate. It's an elephant in the room. Australia's finest fantasy analyst gets 55 points.
I've been called worse than an
Elephant? What did you call Tay? Jesus.
No, I've been called worse, mate. Right top, let's be fair.
By me as well. To his face.
Mate,
or to his knees, because I'm only that tall.
Look, mate, I had a permanent frown from AJ Brown. He can kiss in and around my ass, that piece of shit. That was the fucking worst performance I think I've ever seen.
You probably would.
Old mate's fucking reading Harry Potter and the fucking Philosopher's Stone on the side of the fucking field instead of playing. So, mate, I was done from there. It wouldn't have mattered. I probably would have picked like Herbert or someone else that was shit house anyway and put him in the Superflex. So, in the end, it was just an absolute, fucking rollout of arseholes for me this weekend. Jefferson, who I thought, Justin Jefferson, ever heard of that guy? No, apparently fucking Sam Darnold hasn't either. So, just a shit week, mate. Let's see if we can turn around.
Josh Jacobs goes throws up 21 points. Hurts goes and gets 17. So it's not great, but it's not horrible. But that constitutes like 75% of your team score. So Jefferson, Frymuth, and Brown. And mate, I can remember you chirping about how happy you were to get the stack and prevent me getting AJ Brown as we came towards the turn of that second round or third round, might have been. Yeah, and I'm so glad you took that bullet for me. Those guys going through a combined 16 points. Nice.
I saw a bullet flying towards you and I was swan dived in front of that fucking bullet for you. So I hope you're thankful.
Took it like I was a president, mate. Yeah, 100%. So thank you for that. Quick standings update. So I'll run through it again. Ian, he wins the week. He had 100.9, which is the first time we've ever seen someone crack 100. We also don't do Superflex all the time. So there are reasons for it. And we also generally do it for players starting less than 50% of leagues. But nonetheless, first century. Brad, 91. Manjot, 84. Matty C, 74. Nick gets 68. Taylor, 55. So Ian, 6 points. Brad, 5. Manjot, 4. Matty, 3. Nick, 2. Taylor, 1. And a partridge in a pear tree. Tay, something happens when someone comes last in this game. Talk us through it.
Well, that was the one good thing that came from week one is I've decided for God knows what fucking reason is to have the person that got last pick the order instead of the person that got first. So
the fairest way, Tay.
Whether that's actually a good thing, I don't actually know. But in the end, I just decided to make that. And then there was something in the stars that said, Taylor, you're going to be shithouse again.
I feel like you might have tanked, mate. That's what I think has happened here. Yeah, exactly. You know what? I really want to pick first in the second round, in the second week when it's not Superflex anymore. And you're back to the strength of doing what you do best. And it's more resembles what we do during the year. And I think you got a point to prove. And I think you just fucking tanked. That's all I'm saying.
Yep, and at this moment, I still don't really have any idea where I'm going to put myself. So that's wonderful. It's a really worthwhile position to be picking the draft order. But let's just throw shit at a wall and see what sticks, eh?
Let's fucking do it, mate. So yeah, this is the thing, right? So Taylor's going to actually select the positions for all of us, or are you going to nominate some other way? Like, do you have a game? Often you'll do the thing where you run a horse race where there's not enough people for horses, and it's a bit of a mess.
Nah, I'm just going to pick it. Fuck it. Who cares?
All right.
I'm nonchalant at this point of the year, mate. I don't overthink it like I do in during the year. So,
and after our best bets, if that comes up, you're going to be set for life. So I can see why all of a sudden care factor's kind of dipped.
What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put the G'day Gridiron boys in the top three, and I'm going to put I've looped Manjot into us three for whatever reason, and I'm going to put him in us three. I still haven't said exactly which order that's going to be, though. I'm going to go Nick at 1.
Got it?
Ian at 2. Brad at 3.
Got
Manjot at 4. I said it. Manjot at 4. Myself at 5. Matty at 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nick, Ian, Brad, Manjot, Taylor, Matty. And then reverse for the even rounds. Fifth round is going to be a repeat of the fourth round. And we have to pick a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, a tight end, and a flex that can't be a quarterback, but it could be any of the other positions, and you can pick it any round. So, with all the formalities done, I'm going to throw it straight to the greatest offensive lineman I've ever met, Nick Cosme, to kick us off. In goes the chime. You're on the clock, brother. And you've got the entire board to pick from. Not a Superflex.
Ding, ding.
Not a Superflex. Okay. All right. I'm just going to go straight up, and I'm just going to take who I think is going to take the most points this week. Plain and simple, Josh Allen.
There you go.
100%.
Do we want an explanation for that? Unlike
Yeah,
Dad
look.
last week.
Yeah, explain it.
Well, I
Explain
don't know why you would do it.
Keep it to 40, 45 minutes, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone's got
Oh, you
places to
mean
be.
G'day Gridiron length?
Yeah.
Long and hard.
That is the best anyone's described our podcast, boys. Long and hard.
Long and hard.
There you go.
Yeah.
Manjot with the assist, like a Magic Johnson.
Alley-oop.
I'm short
John
and
Stockton
flaccid.
over there. John Stockton over there. Josh Allen, just a real quick, what's the appeal this week, Nick?
What's the appeal?
Yeah.
Generational game coming.
Fucking
Generational
loading.
game.
Loading.
Literally on his background behind him.
Yeah,
Yes.
has been all day. And all yesterday too, actually. He's I think he and Josh Allen had a sleepover. So there you go. Ian on the clock. Ian, what you doing?
I'm taking the other bloke with a generational game this week that's wearing the purple that's in my background. Lamar Jackson.
Manjot's heart sink.
Yeah,
Right here.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was.
there, come out. There we go. There you go. Right
Yeah,
there.
Taylor,
There.
when you gave me pick 4, I'm like, God damn it, he didn't give me a top 2 pick because I would have taken Lamar first or second. I didn't.
Oh, it's the most logical answer. Whichever one Nick picked, I was taking the other one. That's essentially what was going to happen right there. We were going to have Lamar and Allen like 1 and 2 easily.
boom.
Boom. No explanation needed.
Generational game loading, right? There you go.
Yeah.
Copy paste.
Tell me more about Lamar Jackson.
Manjot can do that if you got a spare hour.
I mean, Ian, best explanation for you: if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and just pick the team the same way.
Correct. I can't believe Nick gave me Lamar again.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Well, it puts coach extraordinaire Brad Cummins on the clock at number 3.
All right. The Cumster is going to take Saquon Barkley.
That's the right
Nice. Nice.
pick. Lovely. Look at that. And I can't imagine there's any great reason you would want to do that. What? Moving away from quarterbacks and taking a running back there?
Yeah. I think he's going to have a stellar game again, and they need him to if they're going to win. So they're going to feed him.
Yeah.
Generational game loading.
Yeah. When you got him scoring 3 touchdowns in a win, you had 27-24 for the Eagles in yesterday's preview. So big Saquon double by the sound of that. Manjot, you've just had only all 3 people you would have wanted taken, I assume, unless there's somebody in purple you really love.
Yeah. Look, Matty, you've stolen the words from me, and just like I said for Ian, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm running it back as well. I'm going with Derrick Henry. Once again, pick 4 in this draft.
All right. Look at that.
Just copy and paste all of our teams, Matty.
Yeah.
See who we
fuck it.
change.
That's it. I
Only
don't
do
know
a
that
little
Lad
bit,
McConkey
guys.
will score as many points this
Don't-
week, though, Ian, so I'd be
Yeah,
nervous.
don't put Jordan Love for me.
Yeah. It's really good.
No J-Lo.
Man, just got Derrick Henry. 24-21 was his score in the Ravens game, so I think he's just hoping it's all on the ground. Hey, Tay, you're up.
So, yeah, I'm not surprised 2 running backs went early, and I kind of had a little thought process. I'll put myself at 5 because I thought there was 3 guys I loved at running back, and I feel like it falls off a cliff. There's other names that I understand are decent fantasy assets during the year, but I hate their matchups, and there was only 3 that I was actually happy with their matchup. So I'm actually going to take Jahmyr Gibbs, and I'm just going to sort of lock in my running back now because I feel like there's depth elsewhere, whereas I really, really don't like the running backs later.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, technically, I picked a running back as well.
Yeah, true.
Oh.
I knew
I
that.
think
Would
that was-
get, I knew that.
running back is
Manjot's eyes just started twitching. Then
I mean,
back
he's
who
good
throws
enough
for
to play 2
41 touchdowns.
positions. Good enough to play 2 positions, so yeah, all good.
Okay, well, Tay, that's exactly who I was hoping would just kind of land in my lap because, again, like you, I don't love running back a ton after that. And I kind of feel like that gives me the opportunity to go back and look elsewhere. Because I'm on a clock for a double pick here, and I think the wise thing to do is to take the quarterback I think is going to do the most damage that isn't Jackson or Allen and go and lock in Jaden Daniels, because it's not about winning football games, it's about scoring fantasy points. And then I'm going to go back and take someone who I think is going to be a difference maker at a different position, because all those great running backs are gone now, and I think there's depth other places. So I'm just going to go for, and I should have learnt from this from last week. I really want to take Mark Andrews again, but he did burn me a bit with only 5 points. I'm going to take...
Are you taking a dump, or are we making a draft pick?
We got to be here for this, or
Are you all right?
I don't even know if that's a dump or not. Like, yeah, okay, I gotta stop myself there.
He's going to go Grant Calcaterra for sure.
yeah.
I'm going to go Amon-Ra. Fuck it. Amon-Ra.
Yeah, I was expecting.
I'll be honest. I probably would have taken him even though I have Gibbs.
Yeah.
Well, it
I
was
mean, I've got him
under
scoring
this.
like 35 points. So, yeah.
Sun
That's
dump.
it. Thank you for suffering my dump, and it puts Taylor back on the clock while I brew up a new one for 2 rounds' time. Second round, second pick. Tay's got Jameer Gibbs. What you doing, bro?
Yes. Just got to take a look at my board. I'm thinking, you know what, fuck it. I'm just in a risky mood. I'm like, you know what, where's my upside? How do I fucking...
You're coming last, mate. You're coming fucking last.
How do I turn this fucking shit heap around? And why not take someone... I don't really like taking this position so early, but why not take someone who fucking steps up in the playoffs every year? I want to take Travis Kelce.
Dang.
Nice.
Honest,
Nice. It's playoffs. That's
Yeah,
nice.
exactly. I'm like, I know he hasn't been the best during the year, but this guy steps up every single time it comes into the playoffs. And
Playoff Kelsey for
I
sure.
think it's again. So I just think I like him more than everyone else on the tight end list, to be honest. So
Yep.
I'll say the best one there.
Manjot sitting on Derrick Henry here. Gets the third pick of the second round. Mate, fellas behind you have Saquon and quarterbacks. What are you going to do?
Yeah, it was bit. Yeah, I was kind of hoping. I was kind of hoping you didn't take Jaden Daniels because I was eyeing it off, but same for Amon-Ra St. Brown, but I think you boys would have taken him anyway, so it wasn't really too much consideration there. But yeah, when I look at this board, it's a bit of a hard board here. I'm going to go with, and I'm hoping for a better game this week from him, because I hope he can just get something done. I'm going Puka Nacua again. I'm running it back with my first 2 picks from last week. This week, I'm going Puka Nacua again.
Right.
I hope he's going to hit his over on receptions. What was that? Fucking 7.5. Hopefully he hits over that this week. So, yeah, go for it.
Fucking hell. Puka. That puts Brad up with Saquon in his pocket.
It does.
Probably not a lot of pressure for a quarterback because the 2 guys behind you already have it, and there's no Superflex this week. So you can sort of look everywhere else and know there's no pressure.
Yeah, I can, but there's always pressure.
Not if you release it like I just did, mate. It felt great.
Coming down on me.
Freddie Mercury.
I'm gonna go with the guy who had a big game last week, and I hope he continues it. Nico Collins.
Nico Collins.
He was my other consideration at wide receiver during that decision.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad you made the bad one.
Most of you guys have running backs and wide receivers. Look at them go. Ian, you have Lamar Jackson and a clean slate of everything else on earth to choose from, but you can't take another quarterback. What are you going to do now?
I got Lamar Jackson. I've got
Sunshine in your pocket.
a listed same at running back. A bunch of wide receivers where the best ones are probably being picked. I've got tight ends where the best one has definitely been picked, and then a bunch of nobodies. How all these teams got into playoffs with no tight ends? I just don't understand this. Holy shit. It shouldn't be this hard for a second pick.
Matty struggled.
Well, to answer your question, Ian, no good team's going to take Kyle Pitts at the 4th overall pick in the draft. So
That's true. It's very true. And I mean, Noah Gray is still there, so technically. I'm going to go wide receiver first. I'm going to go Xavier Worthy.
Oh, I put him at the back of my list, but I was like, fuck, I reckon he'd be a steal at the end of this draft, and he goes in the fucking second round.
I'm just like, Amon-Ra, Nakua, like if Brad hadn't taken Nico, that's where I was going. I just don't, I've never trusted AJ Brown to do anything. And after watching him read a book, I definitely don't trust him. Amari still hasn't really got all of that offense. Shakir could be okay, but it's sort of a toss-up with that Chiefs game if it's going to be Worthy or Hopkins.
Yeah.
Worthy, did you see his stats in the last 3 games? He's actually kind of taking over.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at.
So that's why I was leaning that way, mate. I just I'll stick with Worthy. So we'll go that for this one.
Okay, now Lamar Jackson, Xavier Worthy. All right. And that pushes us back to lineman for the ages, Nick Cosme, who's only got Josh Allen. If you could explain to me why you want to take Josh Allen 101, that'd be great. But you've also then got a clean slate of everything else to take, and you got 2 picks in a row, brother.
Yeah, the 2 guys that I thought they were going to fall this far haven't. So I'm going to go a little bit of position scarcity. There was 2 tight ends that I liked, one that's already off the board. The other one I do like is, because I think they'll score a lot of points, is Sam Laporta. And then the second pick, I'm going to go with Scary Terry. So I think they're going to be playing a lot of catch-up, so there's going to be some opportunities there. And he played well last week too.
Yeah.
dang.
I think that's a
Bloody good pick.
Always good for a TD, Scary is.
He's about the only person who catches stuff from Daniels as well. So.
I think he's getting him hyped up too. I think Scary gets Daniels hyped up on the field. Like he'd be the one in the huddle going, "You can do this. Like you're the man. Just trust yourself."
Let's go.
Yeah.
Woo. Well, I'm doing that to you in the huddle here, Ian, because you've got Lamar Jackson, Xavier Worthy, and you've got a running back, tight end, and flex to go. You're the man. You got this.
I am going to go the flex, Matty. I am going to go the second wide receiver for the Lions. It is Jameson Williams.
Yeah. So much ceiling.
Yep.
That is a good boomer bust team.
If Amon-Ra gets locked down, it's going to be Jameson.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good boomer bust team, though, Ian. You got 2
Worthy
guys.
and Williams could score 25 each or could score 5 each. Like, you just fucking don't know.
Correct. And we know which way it's going to go for me. So let's...
Jesus.
Reverse jinx already started.
Yeah. That's even faster than Manjot does. Like, I don't have the magic. Oh, we don't have the magic.
What have you been doing?
3 seconds into a 49ers game.
I was doing the reverse jinx from like midway through last week's games.
You were. 100%.
I'm very nervous about this week.
Jesus.
I can't have as bad as showing as I did for my start this year. It just cannot be that bad.
You just scored 100. First ever person to break the ton. Anyway. Brad, how do you stop the Ian Freight train? You do it with Saquon Barkley, Nico Collins, and your quarterback, a tight end, or your flex player.
I'm hoping this guy returns to form. I am taking the leader of the Book of the Month club. I am taking AJ Brown.
AJ Brown fans.
You know that book was already a double bestseller, and then old mate it went off the charts like ridiculous straight away. 30 minutes after the game, apparently he'd sold twice as many copies as he'd already sold.
That's awesome.
It is
But not
ridiculous.
for Philadelphia fans because they can't fucking read, so they're just ornamental. It's going to go up on the fucking shelf.
Is this a pop-up book?
Just so they can say they had the book AJ Brown had. They're not going to fucking read it. Jesus. There's no pictures in that. Man, Josh, we just saw Brad take Saquon Barkley, Nico Collins, and now AJ Brown. You've got Derrick Henry and Puka Nacua. Same positions available: quarterback, tight end, and your flex starter. What are you going to do?
Yeah, very interesting. A lot of guys I can consider here. I think I'm going to go with the flex slot, and I'm going to go with the same game as as my other running back, I'm going to go to the other running back on the other team. I'm going James Cook.
Yeah.
Let James Cook, man. I think it's going to be a pretty heavy game on the ground. I might as well load up on both running backs, one on each side, and just hope for at least 10 or more points from each of them, with Derrick Henry hopefully getting me at least 25.
Yep, fair enough.
That is more than 10. I mean, I can do the maths on that. 25. Yeah. More than 10.
Congrats, Maddie. You have graduated with a Bachelor of Mathematics.
He's always fucking into me about my maths too. Take that, Taylor. My maths is fucking impeccable.
Definitely knows that 25 is more than 10.
Motherfucker.
Oh, congrats.
Taylor always disparaging my counting.
We're about to give you a D-.
No.
Nick,
Brad never saw my spreadsheets for fantasy.
Nick got that joke. Totally. Nick was the only one. Why was Nick the only one to get that joke?
Okay, you can't give me D+. That'd be a bit.
Yo.
Medshot's just ding for Medshot. Here we go.
Yeah.
No.
It must be late. We're not getting dick jokes. What are we doing, boys?
No, don't worry. I got it the first time. Trust me. I was laughing. It was just quiet. It was just too quiet for you guys.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Yes.
Laughing through his curry. So, there you go.
I could do with a curry right now.
Well,
Speeds and a chuckle.
Jokes, I'm on the cock here, boys.
I was just making it hard for you, Tay.
It's already long and hard. Don't remember that. Given this fucking wide receiver's been absolutely picked apart, but there's one guy I did have actually decently high on my list. He led the team in targets yet again. I'm going to take Khalil Shakir.
Shakira.
Yeah. I just think he's set up. Like, they aren't going to be able to run the ball at all on this fucking Ravens team, so I think they're going to need a guy like him getting dump off. So I think he could have 10 targets in this game. So Shakira's my wide receiver.
Hips don't lie. And Jameer Gibbs, Travis Kelce, and Shakira leaves Tay with a flex starter and a quarterback to get on the way back around. Goodness. So I've got Jaden Daniels, had a solid dump before taking Amon-Ra. And look, I'm in agreement with everybody who's saying like running back is a bit of a bucket of assholes. But look, in a position like that, I just kind of like to think, I'm in a position where I think whatever's left will just come back and I'll be happy with any of those assholes. So I'm just going to go and pick up a tight end here because only two have gone, Laporta and Kelce. And this is a position where now I don't feel so bad about taking Andrews and getting burnt. So I'm just going to go and do that and take Mark Andrews. And then on the way back, take my flex starter. And I think this one's the harder one.
You're going tight end again?
Man, I was thinking about being a real arsehole and just taking another tight end and make some prick have to take the 7th tight end as their starter. But, I just kind of... I'm just going to go with Devonta Smith and just really sort of rein in on Brad's AJ Brown share and just go mano a mano.
Nice. Matty
Take Devonta Smith, very the Matty nice. C of wide receivers, because that guy... Ian, you probably had turds bigger than me and Devonta Smith combined. But there you go. We both look like we were wearing our dad's kit. And,
try not to these days, Matty. I'm watching my weight and watching what I'm eating.
Okay. It's a bit runnier.
Yeah, just sick of taking a Matty C every time I go to the toilet.
Yeah, fucking there you go. We're on our way back up.
No, we're not. We're clearly going down.
Jaden Daniels, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Mark Andrews, and Devonta Smith are my pack of hopeless losers. Tay, you've got Jameer Gibbs, Shakira, and Kelce. Flex starter, quarterback to go. Where do you go?
My thought was initially to go to quarterback because I thought there was an opportunity there, but there is scarcity in other positions. Like there's kind of like a group of guys that I think aren't really that different from each other. I kind of got a feeling the other guys that are going to go if I leave quarterback, and it doesn't bother me too much. So I'm just looking at flex now, and it's only because I feel like there aren't amazing options if I don't take someone here, and I feel like I'm fine with whatever comes back to me at quarterback. So I'm probably going to go a position that I said that I didn't love because I don't love the matchup. I'm going to take Kyron.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't love the matchup. And I do feel like there's a chance he gets stymied, but I just think, again, he's just going to get so much volume. And I don't love the wide receivers left for my flex. And I just thought, you know what, I'll take the best of the bunch in terms of bad matchups. So, yeah, I just figured I'll take Kyron as my flex.
Love it.
Nice.
I love it. Well, if you just a quarterback to get and puts Kyron alongside Gibbs, Shakir, and Kelsey, puts Manjot on the clock with Derrick Henry, Puka Nakua, and El Capitan, James Cook. It's a tight end and a quarterback left, Manjot.
Yes,
got to give.
indeed.
I know.
Well, 20 weeks ago, Taylor.
Yes, I know.
20 weeks ago.
I knew it.
Yes, 20 weeks ago, I submitted a maybe 1.5 minute voicemail to the Aussie NFL Fantasy Show. And there was one guy I talked up,
already written you in.
Had so many dome games as well. He has a dome game this week. I have to go back all the way to preseason, bring back that version of Manjot that was so damn right about him. I could not wait any longer because I knew Brad may screw me out of this. I knew Taylor may screw me out of this. I knew someone would have. I was thanking everyone. I was thanking you, Taylor, when you said you went to flex because it meant I could take my boy Jared Goff. Let's go, Jared Goff.
In my monologue, I said I knew who Manjot's going to go behind me, and I knew it was Goff. I wasn't going to take Goff because I have Gibbs. I'm going for a side here, so I'm like, I can't take both of them.
Yeah, that's why I really wanted Amon-Ra as well. I was hoping he'd drop. I don't think he would have, but I was like, damn, I would have loved that stack too. But yeah, Goff was the most obvious pick in the world for me in that position. I had to go with the guy I've been riding since day one. Like, this is the guy I have been riding with, and Jared Goff's my boy, so let's go.
Yeah, so at this stage we're stack free, so it'll be interesting to see what happens later on as this draft unfolds. But Jared Goff, Derrick Henry, Puka Nakua, and James Cook, just a tight end to get for Manjot now. Puts Brad up, who's got Saquon Barkley, Nico Collins, and AJ Brown, the bookworm. Just a tight end and a quarterback for you to go. And actually, I thought, Brad, you might be pretty happy with AJ Brown if he's reading. You know, teachers love to watch people read, don't they?
Yes, I prefer to count, even if they have to use all their fingers. But
Maddie,
maths is another language, though. Like, maths is a language, 100%.
Absolutely, it is. You bet it is.
Same in a lot of countries too.
Yep. All right. So I am, frankly, I'm not too worried about the quarterback position. So I'm taking a tight end, and as much as I don't like it, I'm eagling up. I'm going Dallas Goedert.
My gamble paid off. Thanks, fuck.
That's what I like about this is there's two reasons to hate Dallas Goedert. One is that it's the only Dallas in the playoffs, but two, it's also an Eagle. So, says the Jags fan, but whatever.
Yeah, right.
Where's your Super Bowls, Maddie?
Right next to yours in the last 30 years, just side by side. Puts Ian on the clock. Mate, you've got Lamar Jackson, X-Worthy, and Jameson Williams. Leaves you a tight end and a running back to go. Also, just a quick reminder, at the end of this round, Nick won't get a double pick. It'll just come back to Matty C to start the fifth round. So it could be a little wait before you get your next pick after this one, Ian. But running back and tight end.
I'm going to go running back. I'm tossing up between two. There's three left on my board, and I don't really like one of them because he doesn't get a bunch of touches, and I also don't want to stack that guy. So I'm tossing up between the others. And you know what? I think it's going to be a stack, and I think it's going to be Monty. I'm hoping Monty is healthy, and I'm hoping Monty gets some touches or Monty gets some touchdowns.
But you know how much I love Monty, so I can't hammer that. I put him at the list for sure.
It's either yards, like touches and yards, or touches and touchdowns is what Monty will end up with. So
if he just the only concern is what it looks like with him coming back from the injury. It's like Gibbs took over it. It's like, what is his role? Like, is it the same? always been? Is he actually fully healthy? Is he at 80? That was my only concern. It's the only reason I put him at the bottom of the list. But I think he's going to get enough like goal line work. I think that he's going to be like I like him. It was just a question mark. That was the
I know. I feel you there, Tay. It's Gibbs was doing so well while Monty's been out. Like really, really cemented the one. I think more than Monty has. But yeah, I wonder whether they held him out an extra the extra week, just so you go, yes, you're fully healthy, and that way people won't expect you to come back and be the same package. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Probably a lot of short yardage stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if he got a touchdown. But he might not have a heap of yards, but that's still good enough.
Yep.
Wow, and it's a rare running back wide receiver stack. Like, you don't see it a ton. It doesn't mean it doesn't work, because there's plenty of games where running backs and wide receivers on the same team go bang. So,
especially in Detroit.
Just it's rare. So,
especially in Detroit, where literally every bloke in the cleaning staff can score a touchdown.
Fucking hell.
You get a touchdown.
Half the offensive line can score a touchdown. So it's just
Shout out to my boy.
Shout out to Manjod's boy. Next, my boy, he's got Josh Allen, Terry McLaurin, Sam Laporta. You need a running back, but you also need your flex starter. But you don't get the double pick this time, sorry, Nick. It comes back to me after this one, and you'll get the Mr. Irrelevant pick. So, may change how you approach it. What are you going to do?
Man, I was really hoping. I thought he was going to get there too. I thought Monty was going to get there. Fuck. Anyway, we'll adjust.
I would have liked him too if he came all the way back around too, Nick.
Yeah,
I loved him.
Fuck. Anyway, I'm actually, you know what? I'm actually going to stack. Actually, no, I won't stack. What I'll do is I'm going to make someone pick the 7th tight end.
Oh, boy.
And
that'd be Ian.
Oh, that's me too. I don't have one.
I'm going to go out. I'm going to go out on the limb, and I'm going to take Dalton Kincaid.
Oh, that is a limb. Wow, very nice.
You went out on a limb last week and took Jordan Love. Just saying.
We've
got
got
4 limbs. I've got 4 limbs. I've got 3 left now. So that's
we've got a reputation uphold here, Nick. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Josh Allen, Terry McLaurin, Sam Laporta, and then flexing in a second tight end, Dalton Kincaid.
This is as important. This is as important for G'day Gridiron as last year's tipping comp, right? So let's just.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
don't say that.
Well, I mean, and have you had a look at the standings? You got Ian and Brad 1-2, so it's going poorly.
So it was the three boys at the top were the 3 boys who won the tipping comp, right, Matty? Last season for us, good GG boys. Just saying. Yeah.
I don't remember the order of how everyone came, but didn't Taylor come second?
I lost, and then I remember we decided to pair all our picks to try and reel in. So I think I may have fucked that at the end, but I'm pretty sure I'll be second most of the time.
There you go. Okay, so we're going into the last round now. It swings back to me. I've got Jaden Daniels, Armin Rasen Brown, Mark Andrews, and Devonna Smith. And I'm not going to fuck us around. I'm just going to go and take Joe Mixon and hope he gets the short yardage touchdown, and that's my team complete.
I thought Nick was going to go there, to be honest, because I thought he was kind of I know he's got a shit-ass matchup, but he was kind of the main running back left, I think. I've only got one more on my list. I'll be interested to see if that's who Nick takes.
Mixon was the one I was tossing up with Monty, because I actually don't think he'll have that bad again. And yes, he put 100 on the Broncos last week, but my grandmother could have put 100 on them.
Yeah. I'm nervous about that one, but I'd prefer that than the bags of shit that are left at running back there. Oh, my fucking God. Tay, this gives you the opportunity to finish your team. You've got Jameer Gibbs, Shakira, Travis Kelce, and Kyron Williams. You need a quarterback, and there are a couple around. I don't know if people have heard of either of these guys.
Yeah, it's the easiest pick of my life. I kind of played a game there. I was
4 blokes to pick from.
I was going to take this guy last pick, but I was like, you know what? I know Manjot's going to take Goff. and I'm going to take my thought wasn't that Brad was going to bypass quarterback. My hope was that he was going to stack AJ Brown. So I'm taking Patrick Mahomes. I don't know if you've heard of that guy, but I'm going to stack him with Kelsey. That's sort of the plan I sort of had, and I played a little game. I'm glad it worked in the fourth round. So obviously he hasn't been fantastic in fantasy, but he seems to grow another fucking leg when it comes to playoffs, like Kelsey. So I'm going to take my shot that those two get it going for fantasy.
Fingers crossed, because neither of them actually really grew a leg in fantasy last playoffs. It was kind of weird, but I mean, you just never fucking know. You just never fucking know. Manjot comes up with Jared Goff, Derrick Henry, Puka Nacua, the captain James Cook, with a tight end to be named now to finish it off. Mate, the pool of tight ends has gotten remarkably thin while Nick's over there squirreling extra ones away. In a move that it was complete genius, considering there's two players who still need tight ends. I mean, fuck, this is why offensive lineman 7 million times smarter than defensive lineman. Oh my god. You'll go, Manjot.
Yeah, so can I have a list again, Matty, of who I cannot take?
No, you cannot. You've got to figure it out for yourself, Manjot. Absolutely not.
Yeah, Travis Kelce, let's go. All right, done. Yeah, easy.
Okay, so Laporta got it. Kelsey, Andrews, Kincaid are all off the board.
I wouldn't give him the list of who's there. That's it. Come on.
That's on him. He's going to do the research on that.
Sometimes it may be shit.
Exactly. Well,
just take Kittle, mate. Just take Kittle.
I love that you do the Italian accent, Nick. That just starts me in.
Oh, man. Well, one guy that had been inconsistent for me in fantasy this year. Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit, as we like to say. Zach Ertz. Yeah. I'm just going to go Zach Ertz. My ball Zach Ertz, like literally having to think about tight end right now.
It's gonna hurt.
Well, that is the sixth tight end, and I cannot wait till we get to what bullshit Ian's going to have to pluck out. We've got a few minutes before we need to put him through that pain, but so Manjot seems complete now. It puts Brad on the clock looking for a quarterback. He's got Saquon Barkley, Nico Collins, Dallas Goddard, AJ Brown. That's pretty Eagle heavy.
Got a lot of Eagles. I didn't even think about it.
Oh, mate. So Matthew Stafford's there. CJ Stroud's there. And of course,
you pick it.
Jalen Hurts is there. So, you know what, boys? Fly, Eagle, fly.
Who are you? Who even are you?
I just saw a vomit out of his mouth after he said that. So, sorry, everyone.
We are going to do it. Jalen
Brad,
Hurts.
if you're in there, blink twice. Just let me know you're safe and okay. Jesus. Are you being held hostage?
Are you at Lincoln Financial Field?
Nick Sirianni just behind that green screen?
Oh, yeah. We'll see how it goes, but
he wants to start a box on now.
It's boom or bust.
Nico Collins and the Eagles. This sounds like a shit band.
Wait up. Didn't he choose the Rams to beat the Eagles too? So is this a reverse jinx going on?
That doesn't matter. This is about fantasy points, Manjot.
I know, but he's reverse jinxing them. I can see it, bro.
No, I picked the Eagles by
Got
one.
the Eagles 27-24, but wow, Bradley.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
So, we'll see.
You're a national treasure.
Hope that stack treats you better than it treated me.
Yeah, no doubt. Exactly.
Gonna have a stack of herpes if it doesn't come off.
Again? I mean, sorry.
Ian's gonna wrap it. He's gonna have herpes. He's gonna pick the seventh tight end. Lamar Jackson, Monty, Exworthy, and Jameson Williams all already selected, locked and loaded. Which bucket of shit tight end do you get to take, Ian? This is gonna be great.
Just for Manjot, some of the other names there you probably could have chosen, Manjot. Dawson Knox, Dalton Schultz, Noah Gray, he's still out there, Grant Calcaterra. But I've had this guy circled ever since Matty took the wrong tight end for the Ravens, and it is Isaiah Likely.
Hoping you would do this.
So
Do
I'm
we
going
water
to
bet this? Do we just water bet this straight up? More fantasy points, Andrews or likely?
I am going the double. That's a double stack, Matty. That's a double stack I've got now.
Fucking hell, you do. You've got a wide receiver running back from the same team, and then you've got a quarterback tight end from the same team. And then Xavier Worthy just kind of hanging out going, one of these things is not like the others.
What am I doing?
What do we do for a water bet again, Matty? Because
More
I've never
points.
really I've never lost one.
Wow, ouch.
We go from there.
Fuck. Okay, well, I've just got likely versus Andrews most points. I mean, you're laughing at me for taking the wrong one that I took in like the third round. So you're here scooping him up last. Let's go more points.
I'm on. Let's go.
Fucking done.
I'll just
All right.
go with it. I know Andrews gets the TDs and
Does
Likely
he?
doesn't that much. Yeah, he does. He gets the touchdowns.
Find out.
Likely gets the yards. Andrews gets the touchdowns. But, you know, Isaiah Likely did get 111 yards against the Chiefs in round one this year. So
And
you
if he
never
were
know.
one shoe size smaller, he would have had an extra touchdown too. So
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Ding, ding,
Fucking
ding.
hell.
Let's go.
our final pick is Nick, who's got Josh Allen, Terry McLaurin, Sam Laporta, and Dalton Kincaid looking to pick up a running back. Mate, I wasn't very envious of what running backs would be left here, and I still didn't even feel good about the one I picked up, so I can't imagine you feel fantastic here.
is it Isaiah
there's
Pacheco?
not much left. Not much left. Yeah, I am going to have to go with Isaiah Pacheco. Who's
What a surprise, Nick. You talk. Everyone making jokes about the seventh tight end. It's the seventh running back, apparently.
That's a
What over
ninth
there?
running back or something, eighth, ninth. Jesus, we're down the list.
Yeah.
I like that he intentionally avoided the guy who's got a bullet in his leg. So, I mean,
Oh, Matty.
the right
Oh,
call. Wow. Okay, so we'll run through these real quick. Nick, he got the last pick, but let's wind back. I'm old enough to remember the time we got the first pick and took Josh Allen, Isaiah Pacheco, Terry McLaurin, Sam Laporta. He doubled down on tight end with his flex, Dalton Kincaid. Nick, how do you feel about your team?
Yeah, not great, but
Can you give me a star rating out of 5 stars? Feel free to use fractions.
Definitely, you know, sometimes it may be good. Sometimes this is definitely a shit.
It's definitely a shit.
It's a definitely shit.
Like pencil a shit on it.
Yeah.
It's a chicken of shit. That's what it is. Oh,
Is that
man.
what-
star rating?
No, I'm not. Are you just basically just emulating your dad?
No. It's not like that. No. This is not.
Nonna. Did you say Nonna?
Two tight end action.
Oh.
Oh gosh.
Right. On that note, Ian was picking second. I don't know how to move out of that.
Good Lord.
Lamar Jackson.
It's a very tight end.
Hard to get out of shit.
Mess. It's a mess. Lamar Jackson, David Montgomery, Xavier Worthy, the right tight end, Isaiah Likely, and Jameson Williams. A smooth glass of Jameson on the rocks to finish it off there with your flex, mate. How do you feel about your team? Give us a star rating maybe, or an out of 10. How do you feel?
Out of 10. 5.5.
5.5. That's wow.
Over under 30 points.
Better than average.
Wow, good to see you bulletproof with confidence after scoring a ton last week, mate.
Oh, it's just, Matty, I'm not confident at all. I think Lamar Jackson will save me. How about that?
Yeah. Have you got Nick covered? Do you reckon you've got him covered?
Have I got Nick covered?
Yeah. Double tight ender?
Oh, maybe.
Okay. That was
Way to go on a limb. Way to
nothing
go.
like confidence.
I mean, he did go got it, didn't he? Is it who went got it? Nick?
No, our mate with all the Eagles. We'll come to him in a minute.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, I don't know. Yes, maybe I've got Nick. It's going to be a bad week. It might be a bad week for the G'day Gridiron boys the way we go.
Jesus Christ. So we'll see. I mean, let's pivot to the next one. Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Nico Collins, Dallas Goedert, and AJ Brown. Brad, when you woke up this morning, if I told you that was going to be your fantasy team, what would you say to yourself in the mirror?
Oh man, I'd say if I had an idea, I'd die of loneliness because that is just.
Fly, Eagles, fly, Brad. Let's go.
I don't know what I was thinking, but
Bring out the batteries.
yeah. Yeah. Oh man, there's a tree stump in my neighborhood with a higher IQ than me right now. So I'm a little frustrated with it, but whatever. We'll roll.
Can we do some trades? I might send you a trade offer later.
Brad gets over 100 with his team. He'll just be looking for some fresh horse shit too. Climb a few power poles.
I'm not going to make him rate this out of 10. I don't think that's fair. But it sounds like maybe this was not the plan.
No, it definitely wasn't.
I love it. Did it dawn on you how many Eagles players you had before?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I just figure, I'm not going to double down. I'm going to triple down on this.
I have never seen a 4-player stack in starts of the week before. This is uncharted territory.
Yeah. This is
just pick one team.
I've seen it in Taylor Talk, mate, and it was the Giants earlier this year of all fucking teams.
Yeah,
we've never seen it in starts.
Can someone trade Brad for the one Eagle he doesn't have?
Yeah, well, I've got Devonta Smith, mate. So you and I, we better talk later. And that prick doesn't read, so it's not like I got the good Eagle.
He also doesn't eat, the skinny fuck.
Hunger strikes, mate. Yeah. Here we go. So, but Manjot comes in at 4th. He's got Jared Goff, the Goffense with Derrick Henry, Puka Nacua, Zach Ertz, and the captain James Cook. It feels like Ertz is kind of the one thing that doesn't feel like the others on that team. But do you have confidence in your team here, Manjot? I'm
not going to lie. I'm pretty happy with how it went. I don't want to say I won the draft like I infamously did 2022 Astro League draft. I do not want to curse myself again. If I had to rate this team, I'd actually give it a solid 7 out of 10 dicks. And I have to say dicks. Yeah, I have to say dicks is my rating instead of stars because we are on the fantasy portion of this show. So I do need to say that I'm actually pretty happy with that. I think the draft, there was a few guys I was eyeing off. Obviously, Jared Goff I was eyeing off. Derrick Henry, again, had to bring him back. Puka Nacua had to bring him back. I was eyeing off James Cook, and I just didn't care about tight end. I was like, fuck it. Fuck tight end. So there you go. That's my mantra. Fuck tight end, and let's go.
Yeah, $7 on the scale. Taylor, your team's Patrick Mahomes, Jahmyr Gibbs, Khalil Shakir, Travis Kelce, and Kyron Williams. More than $7?
Just it doesn't have AJ Brown, so I'm fucking stoked.
I don't know. As a team who's, you're coming from last place this week, I actually think that's a really damn good team. So I'm going to be really pissed if you score a lot of points.
Yeah. Look, I went into last week thinking my team was all right, and it laid an absolute egg. So I'm not going to talk up my team. I'm just going to say, you know what? I was happy I got the stack. I was happy with how it fell, but in the end, it doesn't really fucking matter. They got to go out there and do something, the wankers.
That's it. You got to get them around, give them a big pep talk before you head out there. Have you seen a Dan Campbell pep talk? I need you to do that for them, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to fucking beat the shit out and bite some kneecaps on these assholes.
Fucking oath, mate. See if they'll run through a wall for you. I went up with Jaden Daniels, Joe Mixon, a little regretfully, but Amon Ra, Mark Andrews, and Devonta Smith. Trade impending to Nico Collins for Devonta Smith later this week with Brad, I think. We'll see how this team goes. I came in 4th last week, and I'd like to improve, get myself at least on the podium this week, but we'll see if that team can do it. I'm just hoping Jaden Daniels goes a bit mental. But we'll see how it goes. Fellas, that is the start of the week. We are done. We have done for the entire divisional round now that we've got everything we got done in yesterday's show. We've now done the fantasy aspect. Fellas, thank you for absolutely everything. I'm going to quickly do the whip around and let you all say au revoir in your famous favourite ways. But just a quick reminder, you can find everything that we do. Linktree/Aussie Gridiron Network. You can also find everything Manjot does at Pastry Press NFL. If you want to help the show, the best thing you can do is like and subscribe. We don't mind if you download and don't listen, but you'd miss out on all this. So make sure you keep that in mind. All right, I'm going to do the around the grounds. Farewell from me, Hooroo. Farewell from Manjot.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
All right, farewell from Ian.
Get the fuck out of here.
Farewell from Brad.
Jeez. I'm off like a herd of turtles. Let's go.
What? Farewell from Nick.
I came in wanting to get out of the cellar dweller. I think that's where I'm staying this week. Hopefully not.
Oh.
And farewell from Taylor Goodall.
Jeez, if you're in the cellar, I don't know who the fuck I am. I'm underneath the cellar. My fantasy team's going to kick you guys in the butt, car. See ya.
We'll see you all next week. Hooroo!
Thank you, everyone.
Aussie Grid